welcome to statistics class. Yesterday's class we were discussing about test for equality of means of two population. One problem we discussed under test for equality of means of two population. The main difference between the test for population mean and two population is here two population will be given, two sets of information will be there, where in case of first application you are having only one set of information. Now we'll see two more problems in today's session. The second problem is the mean IQ of 200 randomly selected boys of a college is 90. The mean IQ of 200 randomly selected boys of a college is 90 and that of 128 randomly selected girls of their college is 88. Standard deviation of their IQ are 10 and 8. Standard deviation is given 10 and 8 respectively. Test whether there is a significant difference between average IQ of boys and girls at 5% level of significance. Now, here in this second application, where we have seen first problems, there your problem was in the form of table. They had given the number, the size they had given, and the mean daily wages were there, and standard deviation were there. Where we can write the given terms, that is population mean, sample mean, standard deviation and all. But here in the second problem, this problem is in the form of, it's a word type problem. Here you need to identify now which is n1, n2 and x bar 1 and x bar 2, then standard deviation 1 and standard deviation 2. See here, if your formula goes like x bar 1, x bar 2, then root of standard deviation 1 square and standard deviation 2 square divided by n1 and n2. This is the problem. So here you need to identify mean 1, mean 2, then standard deviation 1, 2, n1 and n. When you check this particular problem, now here write the solution. Now, firstly identify what is the sample number, the first sample number and the second sample number. Now read there, the mean IQ of 200 randomly selected boys of a college is 90. What is this 90? This is mean IQ. Mean IQ of 200 randomly selected boys. How many number of people are there here? 200 randomly selected boys. That is your sample here. N1 is equal to 200 and that's 200 randomly selected boys. Mean IQ is 90. What is this 90 then? That is x bar 1 is equal to 90. Then continue there. And that of 128 randomly selected girls. 128 randomly selected girls, that is N2 is equal to 128 and that 128 girls mean IQ is 88. Girls of that college is 88. So x bar 2 is equal to 88. Now continue there. Standard deviation of their IQ are 10 and 8. So standard deviation 1 is equal to 10 and standard deviation 2 is equal to 8. Then 10 and 8 respectively, test whether there is a significant difference between the average IQ of boys and girls at 5% level of significance. What is the level of significance there? Level of significance is 5%. Now, when you check the question, what you need to find out? Test whether there is a significant difference between average IQ of boys and girls. Now, we can easily make out that this is two-tailed test. Why? In the sense, in the problem, there you cannot find the sentence like the less than or more than or increased or decreased. Such kinds of sentences you cannot find here. So, we can easily make out here this is two-tailed test. where mu1 is equal to mu2. Since here it is 2 population, we take here mu1 equal to mu2 or mu1 not equal to mu2. This we take. In case of first application, mu1 is equal to which mu value they have given us to test. mu1 is equal to 50 or mu is equal to 50, mu is not equal to 50. This was in case of first application. But here we have two population. So here we conducted test based on these two population. What we are checking here, whether the population mean of first sample is equal to second sample, or whether population mean of first sample is not equal to second sample, or whether first sample is greater than second sample, or first sample is lesser than second sample. This we are checking. In case of two population, we are checking whether these two population means are equal or not equal, whether first population is less than second population or first population is more than second population. Now I have told that we can easily make out that this is a two-tailed test. Then we know that when it is two-tailed test, we need to get as mu is equal to mu2 and mu is not equal to mu1 is equal to mu2 and mu1 is not equal to mu2. Now, but only in the case of significant difference, when the question comes significant difference. Significant difference, this kind of question comes where you will have two sets of information, where you need to check or test, where there will be two sets of information. But when you will be having two sets of information, they are asking here, they are asking is significant difference means can you find any significance difference in the first value and the second value, whether they are finding it or not finding it. We know that if it is two-tailed test, we need to present always mu1 is equal to mu2. Then we need to frame the sentence here. Now there is no significant difference between the average IQ of boys and girls. Average IQ of boys and girls. See, then only we can take mu1 is equal to mu2. Now you can arise a question there, why we have taken there is no significant difference in the null hypothesis. Usually no will come in case of alternative. Now here, in case of alternative, what we need to write? There is significant difference. There is significant difference between the average IQ of boys and girls. Then mu1 is not equal to mu2 and it is two-tailed test. Now you can ask a question where we have used the word no significant, then also we have mentioned it is equal. Where we have used the word there is significant difference, but we have shown here not equal. Now the simple example, for example, now I will take it as the A and B. Two people are there. They have scored a particular marks in a particular subject. We will take it as stats. A have scored here 50. Even B also have scored 50. Now I will arise a question. Is there any significant difference? Then what you will write the question as? Is there any significant difference? No. There is no significant difference. Is there any significant difference? No, there is no significant difference. If there is no significant difference, then only it can be equal. Is there any significant difference between A and B? The marks scored by A and B. There is no significant difference. That's why it is equal. So that's what. If we want to make it equal, we need to say that there is no difference. These are equal. Now, one more example I will score. Right here he scored 50 and he scored 56. Now, I am asking, is there any significant difference? Yes, there is significant difference. So, we cannot take it is equal. It is not equal. So, when we need to write as not equal, we need to frame the sentence, yes, there is significant difference. There is significant difference. So, it is not equal. So, we know that if it is two-tailed test, null hypothesis is always equal, alternative is not equal. So, we need to frame sentences according to that. There is no significant difference, there is no difference, so it is equal. There is difference, so it is not equal. So, always in case of, if you get a question, is there significant difference? There is, your sentence should be always like this. It is similar. There is no significant difference between these questions may change between marks or between the height or any kind of question comes. But if the question arises like, is there any significant difference? Your sentence should be F0 should be always, there is no significant difference between so and so. There is significant difference between so and so. This kind of null and alternative hypothesis only in the case where question arises in the form of, is there any significant difference? If that particular word comes where you need to compare between two, you need to make the null hypothesis as there is no significant difference, alternative there is significant difference. It is equal and it is not equal. Now next we will move further. I hope it is clear about null and alternative hypothesis. Now here test statistic. Take the formula. What is the formula here? Your formula goes like z is equal to x bar 1 minus x bar 2 divided by the root of standard deviation 1 square divided by n1 plus the standard deviation 2 square divided by n2. Now substitute the values. X bar 1, what is the value? X bar 1 is 90 minus x bar 2 is 88 divided by standard deviation 1 is 10, the root of 10 square divided by n1 is 200 plus standard deviation 2 square, standard deviation 2 is 8 square divided by n2 is 128. Now here 90 minus 88, it is 2 divided by 10 square, it is 100 by 200 plus 8 square, it is 64 by 128. Take the root. Now here we get 2 and 100 by 200 we get 0.5. Root of 0.5 plus 64 by 128 again 0.5. So we get here 2 by, when we add we get 1, root 1 is 1, so we get calculated value as 2. Then we get calculated value as 2. So here now next step, add what is the level of significance? Level of significance is 5. At 5% level of significance, the critical values are, since it is two values, critical values are, I hope you know how to check the values. There you need to see statistical table. There two-tailed test at 5% level of significance. Two-tailed 5% level. If it is two-tailed, as I said, there we get two values. So minus 1.96 for 5% it is minus 1.96 and positive 1.96. Now if it is two-tailed, what we need to check? Whether this calculated value lies in between these two. If it lies, then we can accept. We know that it is 2 and here minus 1.96 is here, positive 1.96 is here. 2 will come beyond those two values. So here we subnormal test lies in the rejection region If it lies in the rejection region, then what we need to do? Therefore, H0 is rejected. We reject the null hypothesis. If we reject it, we are accepting alternative hypothesis. Write the conclusion. What is the conclusion? Alternative hypothesis is the conclusion. There is significant difference. There is significant difference between the average IQ of boys and girls. Yes, we know that it's a fact that there is a difference between IQ of boys and girls. It is not equal. So this is about the second application, test for equality means of two population. In that, when you get to check whether there is a significant difference. The difference between first and this problem is how to take null and alternative hypothesis. Now in this method, we will see one more problem in case of less than or more than. Now we'll see the next problem, that is the last problem in case of the second application. Now go through the problem. The mean and variance of heights of a sample of 60 randomly selected Punjabis. Directly they have given a sample of 60 randomly selected Punjabis are 178 centimeters. The mean height of a sample of 60 randomly selected Punjabis are 178 centimeters and 9 centimeter square they have given. Since they have given the variance, they have told it is variance, so they have mentioned the square respectively. Then the mean and variance of height of a sample of 40 random selected students. It's a first sample and it is one more sample from other population. The sample of 40 randomly selected Gujaratis are 176 centimeters and 16 centimeters square. So mean and variance of Gujaratis and here mean and variance of Punjabis. Now two sets of population, one is about Punjabis and Gujaratis. Now see the question there. Can we conclude that Punjabis are taller than Gujaratis? Can we conclude the Punjabis are taller than Gujaratis? What is that Punjabis are taller than Gujaratis means? Punjabis are taller. Taller means greater than Gujaratis. The question is here, Punjabis are taller than Gujaratis means we need to check whether Punjabis are greater than Gujaratis. Taller means here we need to take it as greater, taller. Then see here two sets of population is given. Now firstly identify the sample number and sample mean, then standard deviation. Standard deviation is not given here. Here they have directly given the variance. Now here write the first sample number, the mean and variance of height of a sample of 60. Sample of 60. So N1 is equal to 60. Then what is the mean and variance of that sample? That is 178 and 9. The mean is equal to x bar 1 is equal to 178 and here it is variance. Since they have mentioned here variance is 9. Now how to write variance? The standard deviation square. Variance is equal to 9. No need to take it in the form of standard deviation because however we are using in the formula variance. Now take the second sample there. After that the mean and variance of heights of a sample of 40 randomly students. One more sample they have taken as 40. So N2 is equal to 40 here. N2 is equal to 40 and their mean and variance is 178 176 and 16. That is here sample mean 2, that is 176, and their variance is 16. Variance is 16. Now see the question. Can we conclude that Punjabis are taller than Gujaratis? Use 5% level of significance. So what is the level of significance here? That is 5%. Now in the same question, instead of asking taller, if they would have asked, then we conclude that the Punjabis are shorter than Gujaratis means what? We need to take our analysis as lesser than. Here they have asked Punjabis are shorter than Gujaratis. Sorry, Punjabis are taller than Gujaratis. So we are taking analysis as greater than. So when we analyze as greater than, then we know that it is not two-tailed test, then it is one-tailed test. In case of one-tailed, which kind of test? Left-tailed or right-tailed? When we get a greater than symbol, then obviously it is right-tailed. Greater than means right-tailed, lesser than means left-tailed. So they have given a taller than Gujaratis. So it is greater than. So it is in one tail, it is right-tailed. So how to set null and alternative hypothesis? If it is one-tailed test, we know that mu1 is equal to mu2. Mu1 is null hypothesis is always it should be equal. Whatever changes will come, that we need to show in case of alternative hypothesis. Two-tailed means we write as not equal. Lesser than means we will show lesser than mu1 is lesser than mu2. Since here it is greater than, then your mu1 is greater than mu. So here this is a right-tailed test. Now write the null and alternative hypothesis, where null hypothesis should be equal and alternative hypothesis should be greater than. Now take the null hypothesis here. Question is, can we conclude that Punjabis are taller than Gujaratis? We'll take the analysis as the heights of the average heights of average we can take, or the mean heights we can take. The mean heights of Punjabis and Gujaratis are equal. So here mu1 is equal to mu2. So we need to make mu1 is equal to mu2. So we need to frame the sentence. The mean heights of Punjabis and Gujaratis are equal, or else the mean height of Punjabis are equal to Gujaratis. That also we can write. Now alternative hypothesis. The mean height. See the question. Punjabis are taller than Gujaratis. The mean height of Punjabis are greater than or more than, or else we can take the mean heights of Punjabis, or we can take the heights of the Punjabis are heights of Punjabis are taller than the heights of Gujaratis. Also we can take, or mean heights of Punjabis is greater than Gujaratis. So here mu1 is greater than mu2, so it is one-tailed test. Next, write the test statistics. Take the formula. x bar 1 minus x bar 2, then the variance by n1, the variance of second population by n2. Then here substitute the values. X bar 1 is 178, x bar 2 is 176 divided by the root of standard deviation, the variance they have given. So directly no need to make the square there. Inside here, no need to make the square. Already they have given the square of the first sample and the second sample. That is variance they have given. That is 9 by n1 is 60 plus there 16 by n2 is 40. So here 178 minus 176 we get there 2, and 9 by 60 we get as 0.15, then plus 16 by 40 we get as 0.4. Then multiply, add and take the root. There we get the 2 by, there we get value as 2 by 0.7416. So at the end we get the final answer as 2.69. So this is the calculated value. Now at 5% level of significance, the critical value is, what is the value? Table value. There one tail test, see there one tail test 5% level. One tail test 5% you get as 1.65, but here we need to take positive itself because it is right tail. If it is left tail, the same value we need to take as negative. Now, how to analyze now? As I said, when it is right tail or greater than when it is right tail, our calculated value should be lesser than the table value. In case of right tail, calculated value should be lesser than the table value, but here calculated value is more than the table value. So it lies in the rejection region. Since calculated value lies in the rejection region, H0, I will write it here. Actually you need to write it here. We will write conclusion here. So H0 is rejected. Here, therefore H0 is rejected. If we reject H0, then obviously we accept alternative hypothesis. So conclusion, the mean heights of Punjab is greater than Gujarat. So this is the conclusion. So here this is about when you get the greater than. Taller than means you need to consider as greater than. So always null hypothesis should be equal. So we need to take it as equal. And here we need to take their height is greater than Gujaratis. Punjabi's heights are greater than Gujaratis. If they have given a question like shorter than, then we need to take it as left tail. Then we need to take as left tail. And here we need to write the Punjabis is lesser than Gujaratis. The mean height of Punjabis is lesser than Gujaratis. And here we need to take minus 1.65. In case of, if we get minus here, that is left tail. So our value should be, calculated value should be greater than that. Then if it is less than, then we could have accepted null hypothesis. So this is about the means of, the equality of means of two population. Equality of means whether it is equal or lesser than or more than. Now we have seen 3 problems under this particular method. Next we can move towards the next application, and here we have not seen lesser than problem. It is, as I said, it is vice versa of